Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Armchair Pundits Liverpool post-match review show. So, Arsenal and Liverpool played out a 2-2 draw at the Emirates, and I'll be honest, I'm happy with the draw. To be honest, I'm happy with the point. I don't think we played that well today. I think Arsenal dominated large parts of the first half, a lot of the first half, to be honest, and probably deserved to go into the half 2-1. But second half, we played very well. There was a lot spoken about Arsenal's injuries, etc. In the end, there was only 3 players missing. I had a feeling that Saka would play. Had a feeling that Timber would play, and that bore out to be true. So going away to the Emirates, where we've lost the last 2 league games there. Yes, they did have players out, but not as many as it made out throughout the whole week that they were going to be decimated. So yeah, happy to get the draw. Can't honestly say that we did fantastically well. I mean, to get the first goal we scored, really good set piece. I mean, Briggs, who's doing our set pieces now, he's done a really good job with that. He's noticed something from before, something going on in the near post. You saw last week, Bournemouth targeted the near post, not in the air, on the ground last week, but we've targeted near post as well, and we've got a goal from it. So really happy because I thought we started the game pretty well. But then Arsenal started putting pressure on us and then scored a good goal, if I'm completely honest. I thought Saka, really, really, really good in the first half. And in the opposite end, I thought Robbo was really poor in the first half. We've had these performances over the last year or so from Robertson, where he just hasn't looked fully at it. And today, like last week, he started the game really sloppily, where Saka was just having his way with him. Should he get more support from Diaz? Possibly, which is unlike Diaz, if I'm completely honest. Normally, Diaz is really good on the support, really good on the cover, and he left him a bit exposed today. Going back to their goal, really good goal. Good ball from their centre-back, Ben White, or centre-back today, Ben White. And there was a bit of conjecture whether Van Dijk should have sprinted and got back in. At first, I was like, no. But on reflection, yes. I believe if he puts in more effort to get back into the box, get back into position, then he could potentially get a block on the initial shot. But he probably thinks that Robertson's going to deal with it better, and Robertson really doesn't. Has a nightmare in that situation. Or you can just say someone who is extremely good in Saka just beats him as an attacker, beats his defender. So that's the first 2 goals that we've conceded and we've scored. Then they score their goal. And there's one thing that when you play Arsenal, you don't want to give away free kicks and corners. Just you give them enough and they will score. And I was just getting really frustrated with the amount of kicks and corners we're giving them because we're just giving them opportunities to attack us. I just thought it was really weird watching their set piece from their crosses. They had the first one, and the way they've done it, all of their players are out of eyesight of our offside as well, but they're out of eyesight and offside from all our defenders. And then they quickly run into space. No one knows where they are. So I felt we had the warning shot where the midfielder, Mikel, just about stops, just about misses the ball, Mikel Merino, just about misses the ball, but yet we let him do it again. And yes, it's a tight offside, but we have to defend that better, in my opinion. Get ahead on it or adjust how you're defending. Because if you can't see any of the attackers, then how are you supposed to defend them properly? You're just trusting that you're going to read the flight the ball better than they are, and you're going to clear it, which is a big risk and one that didn't pay off for us in the end, in that specific moment anyway. So halftime comes, and I'm sitting there and thinking, personally, I thought he's picked the wrong team. I thought normally you think yes, Robertson. So I'm not going to say he should have picked Tsimikas because that would be disingenuous. But as good as Jones played last week, when you go away to these top teams, Man City, Arsenal, even Newcastle, and even Everton, not top team, but tough game for Liverpool away from home, you have to have the energy in midfield. And as many faults Szoboszlai has had going forward, what he offers in terms of his engine in midfield, plugging gaps, keep making sure that we're running smoothly, we're ticking close, we're ticking away. We missed that in the first half. We definitely missed it in the first half, and they overrun us. They overrun us out wide, they overrun us in midfield, and it just wasn't good enough. I was really disappointed with the first half showing, and credit to Slot. He's obviously said something without making a sub, and we've come out the second half, and we've come out with more intensity, a lot more intensity, and we've gained control of the midfield better. Because one thing that I will say is over the last two games against Chelsea and against Arsenal, we've lost control of the midfield in the first half, giving them far too many space when they've had players coming in invert. And I've noticed that in the second half, as much as Trent annoyed me throughout the game, with sloppy passes, not getting back into position, trying to hold the ball far too often, he helped us gain control because he inverted. So the overload that they had on us in midfield went in the second half, which is why when you look at the stats themselves, when it comes to the stats, we had more of the ball in the second half. Second half possession wise, it was us with 63%. Whereas in the first half, when you look at the possession, Arsenal were above us with. When I look back at it, Arsenal had 53% and we had 47%. Second half, it flipped round. Them having 37%, us having 63%. Yes, you could also say that they were trying to hold on to a lead, but they still had 25 minutes or half to hold on when they actually started. I think goalkeeper got booked for time wasting with 25 minutes to go. So we started pressing them. We got a lot more shots. First half, shots was 6 shots to them, 3 shots to us, both with 2 shots on target. They had 2 big chances, we had 1 big chance, and neither of us missed any big chances, but we had more accurate passes. But that all changed in the second half. Like I said, we had 63% possession, 6 shots to their 3, 2 shots on target to their 1, and 1 big chance which we scored to their 0. And our passing upped as well. Went from 86% passing percentage when the first half was 79, and Arsenal went from 83% down to 75. So it completely flipped. And yes, you can say losing Gabriel probably changed their mindset. Maybe they thought to go more defensive, and then losing Timber, who honestly did a really good job, which I expected on Salah. But just happy, to be honest, that we've got the draw. Some people will say with how they the amount of players they had missing, we should have been more ambitious, etc. But let's be honest, guys. Even though Arsenal were having injury issues, and they had players out of position, Ben White wasn't out of position. He's a centre back naturally. He plays right back for Arsenal. Yes, I get that, but he's a centre back, and he was a good centre back before he came to Arsenal. Partey, yes, it's a missing midfield, playing him right back, but he did a good job. Let's be honest. He saw off Diaz, and Gakpo didn't really have much of a chance. So he did a good job playing at right back. So for us, it's disappointing how we were so ineffective at times in the first half. But like I said, second half, we turned it around. We pressed them. And we didn't deserve to win the game, but we just about deserved the point. If we'd lost the game, I wouldn't have said, I can't believe how we lost that game. But I'm happy we've drawn a game, and I think we just about deserved it through our efforts in the second half. So Konate, I thought was a beast. Considering he had to do a lot of the right back job when Trent was inverting, I thought he had a really good game. Really pleased with him. Midfield wise, we weren't great today. Like I said, I really thought Sabozza should have started. It's not that Jones did anything wrong. I don't think Jones had a bad game. But I just think we lacked that extra bit of oomph in midfield that he provides us. The energy, the in the tackles, the strength in the tackles that Sabozza offers us. So, as I always do, I move on to our player ratings, and I will start with Kelleher. Not much I could say really. First goal, smashed past him, couldn't have saved it. Second goal, nothing he could do about that either. But outside of that, I don't really remember him making outstanding saves. So decent performance. Not much he could have done about the goals, like I've said. So I've given him a 6.5. Robertson, I thought was really poor. Saka had him on toast throughout the game and needed help, and that help didn't come. But Tsimikas came on and did a better job than him. So for Robertson, I'm giving him a 4. Thought was really poor today. At fault for the first goal, which set us in a spiral and gave Arsenal the confidence that they needed. Moving on to Virgil van Dijk, scores a goal. I think really positive performance. Some would say he's potentially partially at fault for the first goal. Could he have got back in sooner? Possibly, yes. So without that, I'd probably give him a 7.5. So with that, I'm giving him a 7. I think he's partially at fault of that goal. Konate, when I look at how he's performed today, really positive. When it comes to his duels, 2 out of 2 tackles won. Duels, ground duels, 3 out of 3, 100%. No aerial duels because they didn't bother try it because they knew they would lose them. So really happy. Recovery 6, defensive actions 8, header clearances 3. I just thought he was solid, and considering he had to cover quite a vast area as well because he was covering right back, he did well. Passing accuracy 87%. So I thought he had a really good game today. I've given him a 7.5. Trent is an enigma today because he annoyed the heck out of me today. So many loose balls. I think he lost possession 17 times, which is ridiculous. But the corner, good corner, we get a goal from it. Equalizer, a fantastic ball over the top for Nunes to run into the channel and for Salah to score. So it's almost like for the negatives from his defending or his lackluster behaviour at times, the positives from what he gives us going forward. So I don't know. I've probably given him a 6.5. Yes, some people may say he's got 2 pre-assists, but I just wasn't happy with his performance today. Some people may call it harsh, but you can let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you think I'm harsh on him there. So he's got a 6.5. McAllister, really disappointing performance. Didn't really get into the game as much. Gets a yellow card as well. Looking at him, one shot, tackles 1 out of 1, tackles 1. Duels, ground duels 2 out of 5 won, and didn't win any aerial duels. Wasn't great today. Said 4 duels lost, 2 duels won, 2 recoveries, defensive actions 5. But I just think it wasn't a great game for him today. Arsenal dominated a lot of that midfield with Rice and Marino playing really well. So I've given him a 6.5 as well. Gravenberch, probably his worst game of the season for us. Don't think it was horrible. He just wasn't as good as he's been throughout the season. I look at him as well. Successful dribbles, which he's good at, 1 out of 1. But when I look at his tackles won, didn't win any tackles today. And he's our number 6. Jules won 7, Jules lost 3. So 5 out of 8 ground duels. But he's won both his aerial duels. So his performance wasn't as bad as the rest of those guys. But when I look at it, I don't think he did as good as he could have done today. So I've given him a 6.5 as well. So moving on to Curtis Jones. I've given Jones a 6.5 as well. Don't think he was great. Ironically, passing wise, maybe it's because he plays so many short passes, 98% on his passing, 41 out of 42. But again, tackles, he was better than the other 2. 2 out of 3 tackles won. And then I look at his duels, but again, it's low. No aerial duels 1 and 50% ground duels 4 out of 8. So wins 4 duels, loses 6. Recoveries 2, defensive actions 5. So he was involved. But just not a great performance altogether. I've given him a 6.5 as well. I go to Diaz. Thought was really poor. Gets a flick on, gets an assist, but really not much to be proud about, if I'm completely honest. I thought Partey had him in his pocket for a lot of the game. Didn't really get much change out of Partey. I've given him a 5. And then 2 of our better players, Nunes, Salah. Salah gets a goal, gets an equaliser, a good run for that goal. I thought he did well today. I've given him a 7.5 as well. Didn't stop, even though he had a hard time with Timber. Some of his passes weren't great, but when we needed him, he showed up. It gets the equaliser. So 7.5 for him. Darwin Núñez, thought he was tireless, ran the channels, battled hard, wasn't always winning his battles, but was in them. So for him, one of one tackles, one of one accurate long balls, two of two successful dribbles, which is good for him. Ground duels one, only 40%, 4 out of 10. Aerial duels one, 1 out of 5. But what I noticed is wasn't that he's winning them; it was competing. And when he was competing, he was allowing us in the second half to win the second balls, which we weren't winning in the first half. So I've given him a 7. Happy with his performance, and I want better though. Definitely want better from him. Simicast, thought was much better than Robertson when he came on. I thought got some good crosses in, and did a few positive runs. I've given him a 7. So Bosley, I thought he was okay when he came on, gave us a bit of energy, helped closing the gaps, helped filling spaces that Trent was leaving. So I've given him I don't know if it's 6.5 or 7. You know what, 6.5 because he wasn't fantastic, but he was decent and not much time to show it. Gakpo again 6.5, came on, didn't show much, but no, he's got a 6. He's got a 6. Didn't really see much of Gakpo, if I'm completely honest. Tried, but he gets a 6. And then Endo comes on in 90th minute. Really can't really give, doesn't affect anything. So he gets what he normally starts on. He gets on a 6. So that's been my play ratings. That's been the review show. Like I said, happy with the draw. What you want when you play the teams you're up against, at least you get away from home as a draw and then win your home games. We've got more points than we got from the last 2 years because we've got 0 the last 2 years. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share it as well. And you can catch me on Twitter, or what was Twitter, which is now X. You can go to @ArmchairPundits. On Instagram, you can get my shorts, which is @ArmchairPunditsPodcast. And also on TikTok, where you can get our shorts, my little clips, @armchair.pundits. Yep, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Peace out.